course, being so merciless, a small part of me was still wondering what the mainstream media would say then. On February 17, 2009, I took the stage in front of a standing room only press conference in New York City to announce BIA. In the audience were individuals whom we wanted to taste beer and understand the business opportunity before they rushed to judgment and influenced public opinion. When beer was launched as a test in stores in Seattle, Chicago, and London over the next few weeks, I looked out the, at these influencers quietly sipping the cups of Colombian and Italian coffee we had poured for them as part, we had said, of a routine coffee tasting, which other preceded Starbucks meetings, which was true. Finally, with the tempered excitement of a kid quietly unloading a great secret he'd been keeping, I revealed that both coffees were surprise a new long term strategy for Starbucks. Be a ready brew. Yes, I fooled us. The New York Times Joe Nocera will write in his column. I had gotten their attention. Now I had to convince them that instant coffee was not Hail Mary pass for Starbucks, but a homegrown innovation grounded in our coffee roots with tremendous implications for the company's future. This is not your mother's instant coffee, I assured the room, and it is a big move for us, an opportunity to reinvent a category, create new rituals, and grow our customers' base. I stated the business case. Starbucks, despite its reputation for ubiquity, ubiquity had only a 4% share of the 65 billion cups of coffee consumed annually in the United States. Via could potentially expand the market as well as our share of it by creating new coffee drinking occasions. But the big prize was outside North America. Globally, the instant coffee market is worth more than 20 billion in Japan alone, where Starbucks has 839 stores. The 2.9 billion of annual instant coffee sales account for more than half of all of Japan's coffee consumption. In the United Kingdom, where Starbucks has more than 700 stores, instant coffee is a 1.2 billion business, more than 80% of all the country's coffee sales. The data were impressive. Most Americans had no idea instant coffee was so popular in the rest of the world. But as we had predicted, for beer to be taken seriously, it had to perform in the cup. And after the press conference, we waited for the verdicts as journalists and newsrooms around the country held their own private test. Slowly, the reviews poured in. panel of season panel of seasoned at age newsroom coffee junkies surprised themselves when they were unable to tell the difference between Starbucks new instant coffee and the chains in store brew at age.com. Before you start accusing the iconic retailer of desperate measures, give Bia a try. Here at Fortune, we had a machine that brews a fresh cup from Starbucks beans in less than a minute. We compare it to the Bia and couldn't tell which cup was the instant. Both had a rich aroma and flavor. Fortune. After trying several other instant coffees, we all agreed the taste of the instant products was drastically different from fresh brewed, dominated by bitterness in many cases, and lacking of complex flavor and aroma. So when we finally had the opportunity to sample Starbucks new Bia Instant, we were surprised. It actually tastes like coffee. SmartMoney.com. As always, our coffee and our company also have their critics. Some concede only that Bia was better than other instant coffees, but not equal to brewed. Others scratch their heads at our strategy. I see it is being a very short term approach to a long term brand problem. One coffee industry consultant was quoted as saying, to me, it looks like a big gamble. Wall Street also withheld its approval the day we announced via Starbucks stock closed at 9.65, down 48 cents from the last market close. Our battle was far from won, but we have advanced further than many people thought we ever could. I've never bought into the notion that there is a single recipe for successful leadership, but I do think effective leaders share two intertwined attributes. An unbridled level of confidence about where their organization had ahead and the ability to bring people along. When it came to Bia, my conviction was already unparalleled. Winning our partners' confidence and enthusiasm was the greater challenge. But I did not doubt that by the time Bia launched nationally in the fall and then globally, our partners in Seattle and in stores around the world will rally behind it, not just because Bia is a wonderful product, but because at this point in the transformation and amidst the wider economic turmoil, almost everyone was hungry for something concrete to believe in, something to hope for. But Starbucks in the fall of 2008, that something had to be the bigger than a new express machine or a customer loyalty program, and more consumer facing and company wide than the New Orleans Leadership Conference. Starbucks needed an even more seismic event that, unlike Sorbeto, was authentic to our coffee heritage, but like Frappuccino, unequivocally original. We need something that actively involved store partners and made them proud and positioned the company to capture share of a new market. However, Bia ended up performing, it will be much more important to the company that the earnings it generated. Bia had the potential to awaken an entrepreneurial spirit and once again imprint the importance of innovation upon the organization, reminding our partners of the excitement that comes from assaulting the status quo, that trust in yourself, your coworkers, and above all, a truly great product. Be a could renew our courage to lead, and Starbucks is at its best when we lead, not follow. When we reinvent categories, create new rituals, and transform an industry. I have no doubt Bia was helping us transform ourselves. Connecting dots. Barely a few hours after the Bia press conference, I was sitting in front of a television camera on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, doing a live interview with CNBC's Maria Bartiromo. The first question Maria asked me was not about Bia or Starbucks, but about the economy. Mm, mm, On that same day, February 17, 2009, President Obama had signed into law an ambiguous $787 billion stimulus package to try to rescue a nation reeling from an economy weaker than it had been in decades. Unemployment in the United States was on its way to a 25-year high.